I know what you're thinking. That puck hasn't moved at all. The entire time since the last recording. But you'd be wrong. He did a whole big up, turn around, and back down. It's time for new set versus old set. The old set has been dominating this contest so far. I tried desperately to give Tarkir the point last round, and in my heart of hearts, I knew there was no way I was going to win that argument with you guys in the chat. And, so yeah, I will admit the Force of Negation was definitely the best pull last round, and definitely won the last round for Modern Horizons, putting it up 2-0 over Tarkir Dragonstorm. This might be the first ever absolute landslide in contest history. All our contests before this have been so reasonably close that I thought that this would surely be a match, but this has just been insane in terms of what fun we've pulled, and even just the Snowlands alone are totally worth the investment into these packs. So if you can get your hands on these, definitely worth buying some. Sorry, Tarkir. Didn't mean to make you feel bad. But you kind of aren't doing well. You need to pull up your socks, do some better decks, some pulls. Give me something to work with. Let's dive into this pack, and see if Modern Horizons goes up 3-0, or whether Tarkir can finally get a point back. I love how smoothly these packs open compared to the newer packs too. On one hand, you could say that that could be damaging to the pack, but I think it's... Now, how does this work? We got token, we got art, we're going to have Snowland, and then I think it's just 2 rares. Do I want to move a third one to the back? No, I think it's just that. Hopefully I'm right. We're going to try and pack trick this today so that we don't spoil the awesome card right after we open it, kind of thing. Alright, so we got an elemental, and on the other side, a squirrel. Nice. Always good to have more squirrels. We got a beautiful artwork card here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Turn. There we go. Look at that, lion or bear. Nope, definitely lion. Oh, there's a little bird on there too. Cool. I think I was supposed to move one more back. Damn. Oh, nope, these are... Okay, these are both uncommons. Maybe I was supposed to put... How do you do this, Patrick? Shit. Alright, well, you've already seen the Abominable Tree Folk. Whatever, we're just going to go through it as we have it. Next time I'll move 5 cards back, I guess. Okay, Abominable Tree Folk. He has Trample. His power and toughness are equal to the number of snow permanents you control. He does count as a snow creature, so he at least comes in as a 1/1. And when he enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It's a pretty decent pull, assuming you have snow stuff. So I'm gonna put it at the top because this is presuming you have snow stuff to play with, and yeah. Sling Gang Lieutenant, Goblin. Enters the battlefield, create 2 red goblin creature tokens, sacrifice a goblin, target opponent loses a life, and you gain a life. Interesting. The fact that it costs 4 is where you lose me, though. So I'm going to put you down there, in the mid zone. Thundering Dijin. I've got a bunch of copies of you, you're okay. When it deals damage to any target... when it attacks, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. It's definitely not bad. costs 5 to put into play, but for 3/4 flying and an extra ability like that, I'm going to get you the top. Pondering Mage costs 5 for a 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, you get to essentially do a ponder. I'm going to top you. Ooh, Rank Officer again. 4 for a 3/1. He's okay. I think I topped him before, but I'm going to mid him this time. Sliver, you go right to the bottom because I don't like slivers. Iceberg Cancrix. 0/4. Whenever another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target player put the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard. Again, it's assuming you're going to have snow stuff. And eventually I want to build a snow deck. So I'm going to put it there. Frostwalla, another snow permanent. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn, but only if you pay a snow ability or a snow land, and you can only do that once per turn. So you can make it a 4/4. Cost 3, I'm going to mid it. It's not the best one. Ninja of the New Moon. This could be good. Spirit Ninja, 6/3, has Ninjutsu 4. I am going to build a Ninja's deck eventually, and I mean, that's not bad. Chiller Pillar. 4 and 2 snow for Monstrosity 2. That's a lot for fucking only 2. Sorry, pardon my swearing. Only 2+1/+1 counters. As long as this thing is monstrous, though, it has flying. Damn, it becomes a 5/5 with flying. That's not bad. I'm going to mid you. Lava Dart. Costs 1, deals 1 damage to any target, but you can flash it back by sacrificing a mountain. Interesting. Fists of Flame. Draw a card until end of turn. Target creature gains trample and +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn. That is good. I like that. We got the island! Yes! We have one of the 2 lands we need. We need one more, and we can pull off Narfi Betrayers something. Very happy. Ooh, Crypt Rats. And it's a hollow. X. Crypt Rats deals X damage to each creature and each player. Spend only black mana on X. I can do that. I can do that. And Aria of Flame. Enters the battlefield, each opponent gains 10 life. What the hell? Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a verse counter on Aria of Flame. Then it deals damage equal to the number of verse counters on it to target player or planes. I don't like that one very much at all. Why do I want to give everyone 10 life? I mean, if it gave me 10 life too, I'd be okay with it, but it's not giving me 10 life, it's only giving everybody else 10 life. You go to the mid. Alright, Tarkir, you have your chance. This pack did not give me nearly as cool stuff as the last 2. So Tarkir has a chance to finally take the lead. I would say the best pull of the day is probably the Crypt Rats, to be honest. And next week we are going to try to remember to move 5 cards plus the Snowland to the back, so that we can save all the uncommons for the end. And then we'll move the uncommons. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, come on, Tarkir, what can you do for me? Can you put yourself on the board? Or are you going to disappoint us all? We got a goblin and a warrior. I was kind of hoping for a goblin and something else, but I will take that. Need more goblins. Poised Practitioner, Flurry. Whenever you cast a second spell each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature and scry 1. It's okay. You know what? I'm going to top you because of the scrying. Jeskai Devotee, pay 1, add blue, red, or white. I like that, except for the fact that you can only put this in a blue, red, or white deck after all that nonsense. That's the one thing that disappoints me. I wish that the result was considered separate from the cost. but it is what it is, so I'm going to mid you. Alesha's Legacy, always happy to see more copies of that. Cannot complain about that at all. Champion of Dusan, we've pulled 2 or 3 copies of that. It's decent. Puts a +1/+1 counter and a trample counter on something when you renew it, which the renew costs less than the actual creature. So I actually like that one. I'm going to top that. Agent of Codis. Costs 1 and a blue to put into play and 3 and a blue to renew it. When you exile this card, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. You kind of aren't very good at all for renew. You're going to the bottom. Dragonstorm Globe. Again, a decent card, but only in a very specific deck. And at this point, since I've built my dragon deck, I'm probably not going to build another one anytime soon, so I'm going to bottom you. Lightfoot Technique. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, gains flying and indestructible until end of turn. That goes to the top. War Effort. Creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever you attack, create a 1/1 red warrior creature token that's tapped and attacking. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Costs 4 to put into play, that's the only downside, but I do like all the stuff it's doing. I'm going to top it. Nice. I actually love this Ox. It's a 0/4, so people don't mind you attacking them with it necessarily. And as long as you don't send the tokens at them. And then the Mobilize 3 is just fun. I'm going to put that to the top. Kara-Kick Guardian. That one is the one I don't like. Out of all the dragons that they made for this set, this is the one I like the least. I love the Flying Vigilance Trample, don't get me wrong. I love the 6/5 for 6. I love that, don't get me wrong. What I hate is the fact that the Hexproof goes away as soon as it has damage dealt. So even if you block with it, you lose Hexproof. So basically, it's just going to sit there until you decide to actually do something with it. So I mean, like, if you play it right, the ideal thing to do with this dragon would be to buff the crap out of it, not do anything with it until it's buffed up to a massive amount, and then swing one time and hope like hell the person who you swing at can't block. Because once you've swung with it, you will lose the hexproof, and then somebody's just going to wipe it off your board. I'm going to mid you. Alchemist's Assistant. That is a new one for me. I get a monkey with lifelink. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a lifelink counter on target creature. Cost the same as the creature to put the renew into play. I like it. It'd be nicer if it came with a +1/+1, but I'll put you to the top. Why not? Ooh, Call the Spear Dragon. That might be a hit. Oh, that is definitely a hit, and that's definitely going into my dragon deck. Dragons I control have indestructible? Are you freaking kidding me? At the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put up... Oh, this is the one that lets you win the game automatically! Shit! Ho ho! Dragonstorm comes in clutch today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, okay. That one's definitely going in my Dragon's deck, and my Dragon's deck definitely just got a kick into frickin' like... If it was bracket 3, it probably just got kicked to bracket 4, unfortunately, but... Damn! And an Emermoth Sentinel, which is like meh. If you control a dragon, you can at least put the card onto the battlefield tap that you're fetching, but I mean, it's not really super worth it. And what's behind here? A nice swamp with a dragon on it. Beautiful. Alright, well, this time I don't think you guys can argue me out of it. I'm pretty sure I have to give the point to Tarkir. You can try. I will give you your best effort to try and give it to Modern Horizons. But this time, I don't think you can. This may not be hollow, but it is still one hell of a freaking pull. And overall, I think this pack was better than that pack. So, sorry for all those who were pulling for a shutout. But that is not happening. Tarkir is finally on the board, 2-1. Huzzah! Hooray! All that good stuff. I would show you the pug, but the pug is just really out of it today. So we're gonna leave it there. Much love to you all from you. Take care. Happy Thursday. Hope you have a good weekend coming up. And I did the outro already. Bye.